Hello, today I will teach you the best fields for each bee requirement area in Bee Swarm Simulator. So first off, I'm just gonna go right into it, is the 0 bee area, or the sunflower field, the mushroom field, the dandelion field, the blue flower field, and the clover field. It's the area with the most fields in the game and the starting one. So for this area, I've picked the clover field because it has, first off, reds, whites, and blues, and around 25%, 25-30% of the flowers in this field are medium sized, but in other fields it's about maybe 3 or 4%. So the clover field is definitely by far the best field for farming the honey. But obviously, if you need to get white pollen for a quest, you should, in the 0 area, you need to go to the dandelion, and red pollen, you go to the mushroom field, and blue pollen, go to the blue flower field. And then I recommend just don't go to the sunflower field unless you need to for a quest or anything, because the sunflower field is the worst field in the game, I would say. The worst field except for the ant challenge field, which I'll go on to when I get to the 20 area. Okay, so next is the 5 area. In the 5 area, there are 3 fields: the spider field, the bamboo field, and the strawberry field. Now, for this area, I would say there really are none, because the strawberry field is really focused on red pollen. The spider field is focused on white pollen only. And this is the best white pollen field in the game, by the way, I would say. Maybe the coconut field, but I would say these are like tied, so really good field. But the bamboo field is just focused on blue pollen. So for white pollen, go to the spider field. For blue pollen, go to the bamboo field. And for red pollen, go to the strawberry field. So not really any for the 5 area. Just depends what you're trying to get. But these are definitely better than all the 0 area fields, because most, around 60% of the flowers are medium size, and there's also some larges. So next, on to the 10 area. In here there are only 2 fields, so it's a little bit hard to explain. The sump field is one of the best fields in the game. It has a combination of red, blue, and white pollen, mostly blue though, and every single flower is large. So this is in the top 3 best fields in the game, definitely. But the thing is, the stump snail is in here, and when you first come to the 10 area, you're not going to be able to defeat the stump snail. All your bees will be focused, when you come into the stump field, all your bees will be focused on killing the stump snail and not making honey and collecting pollen. so you can't make as much pollen. But like later in the game, like when you have like 40 bees or something, and you finally defeat this snail, then this is like a great place to farm. But when you come into the tent area for the first time, pineapple field, because the stump field, your bees will be focused on doing killing the stump snail. Later in the game, you should just like go to the stump field if you want to come over here. But you should probably just go to one of the higher level fields too, because they can be better than the stump field. And if you have more bees, you don't have to go to the stump field, you can just go to one of these. Also takes a very long time to defeat stump snails, so you might be wasting a lot of time. Like, for me, it would take probably days if I was just AFK or something. Next, the 15 bee area. For this, I would probably say pumpkin field. Because the pumpkin field has a combination of red, whites, and blues, just like the stump field, and it's split pretty evenly, with a little bit more whites than others, than reds and blues, and a few mediums scattered around. But that doesn't stop it from being one of the best fields. Probably like a few ranks behind the stump field. But you could also do the cactus field. So if you have a lot of red and blue bees, then go to the cactus field. If you have like an even amount of all bees, go to the pumpkin field. But if you have a lot of bucko bees and like diamond bees and shy bees and what do you call it? What do they call if you have a lot of bucko bees, diamond bees, shy bees, and also Riley bees, because they all give boosts for like fields. Like there's a bunch of red boosts on the floor, and there's a blue boost. These really help. If you get 10 of these and stack it up, then you can have 3 times as much pollen, which helps so much. Trust me, like that's how I play. I try to have a even amount of reds and blues, and I just farm in the cactus field. So it depends what kind of bees you have, cactus and pumpkin. And also, if you're just trying to get blues, go to the pine tree field, the pine tree forest, or whatever, and reds, the rose field. Now, next is the 25 bee area, which the 20 bee area actually. Well, this only has one field, and I recommend never going to it. Worst field in the game. Only small flowers, and it has like an even amount split, probably perfectly even between reds, whites, and blues, but still, like, never go to this field, like, unless you have to for a quest. This is the worst field in the game by far. That's just a fact by the percentages of pollen, like how much you'll get and everything about it. It's just horrible, and all your bees will be focused on killing the ants most of the time, so just don't go in there. I mean, like, don't go to the 20B area unless you need it for a quest or something. Okay, next 25B area, only one field. This is basically the cactus field, but better. So, mountaintop field is the best field in the game for farming pollen. Now, this field has no enemies, but also there is no badge for this field because it's so good. The owner doesn't want you to just like farm in here and get a bunch of badges because this is like the best field. So, other than the mountaintop field, I would say go to the stump field. If you can defeat the stump snail, then definitely that's a good second option. Or maybe go to the 35B area. And there's no fields in the 30 area. I don't have 30Bs, but I know that there are just no fields in there just on it. And finally, the 35B area. Now, in this field, in this area, I would probably say the coconut field, yeah. I say this over the pepper patch because it has reds, whites, and blues. But the pepper patch only has reds and whites. But obviously for reds you should go to the pepper patch. It's all larges, and for whites go to the coconut field. But if you're just trying to farm in general and get a lot of pollen, coconut field is definitely the best field in the game for whites. So now I will go over the best fields for each color of pollen. For reds, drumroll please, I would say the pepper patch because it's all larges, and a close second place for the rose field. But the pepper patch, the thing with it is there's even more reds in it, and it's entirely large flowers. But in the rose field, there's some mediums and a few smalls and more whites. So for reds, you just wanna go to the pepper patch if you can. If you don't have access to that, go to the rose field. If you don't have access to that, I would say the strawberry field. And this is primarily for farming reds. Now to blues. For blues, this is a little bit more interesting because there's no 35 blue area. So in first place, I would say the pine tree field. Then actually the mountaintop field because it also has a lot of blues and they're all larges. So that's really good. But like really close together. So but the thing is, this has more blues. But then it pulls the rank back a little bit because there's medium sizes. So it's very close. But since the pine tree field is easier to get to because you don't need as much bees to go there, I would just recommend going to the pine tree field. I mean, like, if you're primarily just looking for blue pollen, go to the pine tree field. If you have a quest that needs red and blue pollen, then go to the mountaintop field. And then red, blue, and white, go to the pumpkin field. Okay. So the cactus field is basically a less good version of the mountaintop field, just getting that out of the way, but like the mountaintop field is definitely better for farming reds and blues. A little bit off topic, but if you just need reds and blues, always go to the mountaintop field because it's just all larges and, you know. Then for white pollen. Number 1, coconut field. Best field for farming white pollen. It's all white pollen except for a few reds and blues, and every single flower is large, so that's really nice. And second place, I would say spider field. Now, third was a little hard because there aren't that many fields with a lot of white pollen in the game. But I would say that pineapple field is third. But just go to the spider field if you don't have access to the pineapple field. I mean, like, it's a better field overall, and it just has white pollen, so go to the spider field if you don't have access to the coconut field or whatever. And that is my tier list for best fields in each bee area. So I hope you enjoyed, and this helped you out a little bit. If it did, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to never miss when I upload. You'll get notified every time I make a video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!